Have you ever wondered how your body knows when to react to different situations? What tells your heart to race when you're nervous or your muscles to relax when you're calm? Well, the answer lies within our bodies, in tiny structures called receptors. These intricate proteins play an essential role in our body's communication system. They are like biological antennae, receiving signals and triggering responses in our bodies. Think of receptors as the body's switchboard operators. They receive a call in the form of a signal, then relay that message to the right department, ensuring the appropriate response. Be it the rush of adrenaline that prepares us for a challenge, the release of insulin that controls our blood sugar, or the calming effect of serotonin, it's all controlled by these remarkable receptors. Without these receptors, our body would be like a car without a driver, moving aimlessly and without direction. So let's dive deeper into this fascinating world of human receptors. Let's dive into the world of receptors, starting with the GABAA and cholinergic receptors. The GABAA receptor, a type of protein, plays a crucial role in the central nervous system. It helps maintain the balance of excitation and inhibition by regulating the flow of chloride ions across the neuronal cell membrane. In simpler terms, it's like a gatekeeper that controls the communication between your brain cells, keeping the nervous system's activity in check. Now, let's shift our focus to cholinergic receptors. These receptors are vital for two types of actions in our body: muscle contraction and memory functions. Found in muscles, they respond to the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, triggering muscle contractions. In the brain, they aid in the consolidation of new memories. So every time you flex a muscle or recall a memory, remember, it's the cholinergic receptors at work. These receptors are the body's gatekeepers, controlling our movements and memories. Next on our list are the adrenergic and adenosine receptors. Stepping into the realm of adrenaline, or as scientists call it, epinephrine, we encounter the adrenergic receptors. These masters of emergency response are found in virtually every part of our body, regulating our fight or flight response. When danger looms, adrenergic receptors kick into high gear, increasing heart rate, dilating pupils, and even slowing digestion. They're the body's alarm system, ready to help us either face a threat or make a speedy exit. On the other hand, adenosine receptors play a slightly different but equally crucial role. They're like the body's natural sleep potion. When activated, these receptors aid in sleep regulation and promoting vasodilation, which increases blood flow. It's thanks to adenosine receptors that we can catch some shut-eye after a long day and wake up feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the world. These receptors keep us alert during danger and help us relax when the threat is over. Now, let's explore the angiotensin and dopamine receptors. These fascinating receptors play significant roles in our daily lives, often without us even knowing. Angiotensin receptors, for instance, are the unsung heroes in blood pressure regulation. They're part of a complex system called the renin-angiotensin system. When the body senses low blood pressure, the release of angiotensin causes blood vessels to constrict, increasing blood pressure. They're like your body's personal traffic directors, keeping things flowing smoothly. On the flip side, dopamine receptors are all about the good vibes. They're heavily involved in motivation, pleasure, and motor control. When you're feeling that rush of joy after a delicious meal or a good workout, that's dopamine at work. These receptors respond to this neurotransmitter and voila, you're feeling fantastic. It's like your body's personal cheerleader, always ready to celebrate your victories. Without these receptors, our lives would be void of excitement and thrill. So here's to the unseen heroes of our bodies, working tirelessly behind the scenes. Moving on, let's delve into the world of hormonal receptors. In the grand orchestra that is our body, hormonal receptors are the conductors, dictating the rhythm and tempo of our biological symphony. Let's discuss some of the key players. First up, we have progesterone receptors, primarily found in the female reproductive system. These receptors bind to the hormone progesterone, playing a pivotal role in regulating the menstrual cycle and pregnancy. Next in line are glucocorticoid receptors. These receptors interact with glucocorticoid hormones, often referred to as stress hormones. They are involved in a diverse range of functions, including metabolism, immune response, and even our body's response to stress. Then we have estrogen receptors, which, like progesterone receptors, are crucial in the female reproductive system. They bind to estrogen hormones and are involved in sexual development, menstrual cycle regulation, and bone health, among other things. Let's not forget about PPAR-gamma receptors. These little maestros are involved in the regulation of fatty acid storage and glucose metabolism, essentially helping to control the body's energy balance. Thyroid hormone receptors are also essential conductors in this symphony. They bind with thyroid hormones and play a role in regulating our body's metabolism, heart rate, and even our growth and development. Last but certainly not least, we have insulin receptors. These receptors bind with insulin, a hormone produced by the pancreas. Insulin receptors are key players in the regulation of carbohydrate and fat metabolism in our bodies, ensuring that our cells receive the glucose they need for energy. Each of these receptors has its unique part to play, but together they create a harmonious symphony, guiding the body's many functions and responses. They are the unsung heroes, the maestros behind the scenes, ensuring that every cell, every organ, and every system performs its part flawlessly. These receptors are the conductors of our body symphony, coordinating various functions to maintain harmony. So, we've taken a whirlwind tour of some of the major receptors in the human body. From the GABAA that regulates our nervous system, to the cholinergic receptors that play a key role in muscle contraction, to the adrenergic and adenosine receptors that regulate our heart rate and sleep respectively. We've discussed the angiotensin and dopamine receptors that control our blood pressure and mood, and the myriad of hormonal receptors like glucagon, GLP-1, prostanoid, and serotonin which manage our metabolism and mood. We've also explored the progesterone, glucocorticoid, estrogen, PPAR-G, thyroid hormone, and insulin receptors that regulate our reproductive system, stress response, fat metabolism, thyroid function, and glucose levels respectively. All of these receptors and many more work in harmony to regulate the complex symphony that is our body. They are the invisible maestros conducting our daily biological orchestra, ensuring our bodies perform their functions seamlessly. These receptors are the unsung heroes of our body, working tirelessly behind the scenes to keep us healthy and functioning. Subscribe for more because you won't find me later.